Hello everyone. In this lecture, we will start creating a slider or carousel on Bootstrap 4. For this, right-click on CSS folder and add a new file and name it to mycarousel.css. I already created a CSS file before for this carousel. I will copy and paste the CSS codes here for not losing time. If you examine the codes, you can see it is just simple rules for captions, items and images. You can do this. Now let's start writing the HTML codes. Start with command lines. Again, that will indicate to start and end of the slider. Slider starts, and copy this line. Now just change the slider ends. Okay. We have to add the new CSS file as a link here. Just link hyperlink reference CSS, my carousel CSS, and rel is a style sheet. Now we can use this CSS file in our homepage. There is no new changes on the slider for Bootstrap 4, but the biggest difference is that the arrows or indicators can be used as class now. After that, we will create a div and it should have an ID to the div. Let's start writing. Div ID, and the ID is my carousel, and add a class with a name as carousel, and second class carousel, and slide. Also add a data right next to it to carousel. Now we can add the items that will be on our slider. For this, create a new div and inside the carousel div, just between, okay, here, div, and give a class of carousel inner, and a role as list box. Oops, sorry, not image, it will be a list box. Now we will add another div inside here for the items. Let's add div and add a class to it as carousel item. And also, if you want the first item to be active, just add active here as the second class. Now we can add images in this div. Write img add class This is our first slide, so add class as first slide. And of course you'll have to add a source to image. Write src image folder and select your image slider folder. This first one is the right one. Okay. Don't forget to add alt parameter, alternative text for the image as first slider or one dot slider. It is important for SEO, don't forget that. Now we will just copy and paste the inner div here. We have 3 slides, so we need 3 divs. Okay, it's time to change the image sources for the new ones, for the second image and the third image. Also, don't forget to change the alt parameters, second slider, third slider. Now save, but before we save and run the project, we still need some codes to write here for the indicators. So we continue on adding a link with a tag with a class of left carousel control and add an hyperlink reference of which will be dash sharp or hashtag my carousel, and add a role as a button, and for directions we have to add a data slide. For the first one it is prev, it will for the previous slide. Inside the a tag define a span here. Let's write a span with a class, of course. On the previous versions we used to add glyph icons here, the name of the icon, but now all these became icons, so you can use them as icon prev. It's so easy this way. So we can add class of icon dash prev, means that this is for the previous slide, and add an area hidden equals true, area dash hidden, I think, area hidden equals true. This one was previous slides. Now we'll have to just copy and paste this a tag and rearrange for the next slide. Change the data slide and icon next. We can run the project now, but don't forget to remove the active classes from the second and third slide. First one is active, okay. Second and third are not active. These mistakes are really common when you copy and paste the code. And also we forget to change the A class to the right for the next slide indicators, because the previous button will be on left side and the next button will be on right side. Okay, when we run the project you can see that our slider works fine. Check the buttons for right and left, they are also fine, but we have to make a small change here. We should move the link line of the jQuery to above of the other JS files to work flawlessly. Okay, see you on next lecture.